viewers, today I am going to tell about chapter number 3rd of biology ICC course class 8, that is ecosystems. So we are going to discuss about the objective question. First one, air and water are the part of dash compounds in an ecosystem. So air and water are the non-living things but are also important in our daily life uses, as air for breathing and water for our domestic uses and for drinking, bathing, etc. So that's why air and water are the part of abiotic component of ecosystem, as the non-living things are being counted under abiotic things, and air and water essential part of our life but are the non-living things. Then living beings constitute the dash components of ecosystem. So in an ecosystem, living beings are also play an important role. So as they are living beings, so they will considered under biotic components, as biotic components are the components in which living beings are being considered. So the answer is biotic component. Then third one, plants are called dash because they manufacture food. So plants are called producers because they manufacture food, because by the process of photosynthesis they only give us the food, and by that food only we are cooking and now eating. By directly we do not get the food, we are getting the foods from some animals, like we are getting meat, egg, etc. But the main source of food is plants only. Then organisms which live in a dead organic matter are called dash. The answer is decomposers, because decomposers are that organisms which help in the organisms or dead animals to decompose in the soil and also give the nutrition of that dead body and cells to the maintain the fertility of soil. They also help us to clean up our environment and also decompose the main components of our ecosystem, that is dead animals. Then the dash is a source of energy for our living being. So the sun is the source of light or energy for our living being, because the one of the source is sun only. Then herbivores are the dash consumers of the ecosystem. So herbivores are the primary or secondary consumers of the ecosystem. Then 7.1, each steps of a food chain is called dash level. So whenever our food chain is formed, for someone will eat, or someone will eat someone and someone will take their food. So this is called a food chain and it is maintained till the trophic level. Then the highest trophic level is occupied by apex dash. So they are highly trophic level, highest point, they are apex predator, as they predict their predators and also eat them without any problem. But some animals are also there to kill that apex predator. Then a dash is the network of formed by several connected food chains. So food web is a network in which it is a form of food chain only, but as a web we can say, like in a spider web you cannot find out that which direction which web is going, like that only in the food web you cannot recognize in which form of the organisms are which predators and what are the producers. Then mutualism is the relationship between two organisms which are both organisms and dash. So the answer is benefited. First one, so the gas that protects us from the ultraviolet radiation is ozone. Then the parts of the atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, where life exists, is called biosphere. Atmosphere in which our the sky is composed of. Then the lithosphere in which animals are composed of, and the hydrosphere in which water is composed of. But in the biospheres our human life and the ecosystems are being arranged. Then which is the secondary consumers? The secondary consumer is frog. Then An eagle that eats the snake is an apex predator, as some more predators are there to catch that eagle, but some or the few predators are there. Then, blue-green algae are producers. They are producers because when the earth life started, whereas the volcanic eruption was going on, no plants were there, so the oxygen was formed by the algae only. This is a true fact that oxygen produced by tree is only 20%, but the blue algae produces 100 times more than the tree's oxygen. Then, a lion and a deer is an ecologically related through production, as a lion eats the deer and the deer is decomposed in the ecosystem by the decomposers, and all the minerals and the nutrition contained by that deer will be decomposed in the soil by the decomposers, which maintain the fertility of the soil to maintain the agriculture and occupation further. Then, which is the topmost layer of the forest ecosystem? They are canopy. Canopy are those plants which are grown in the forest or Himalayan areas, formed in a triangular shape. Then, a tree which is found on tropical rainforest, so they are ebony. Now we will discuss about some question answers. What is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is a biodiversity food chain in which one of the predators, primary consumers, tertiary consumers, secondary consumers are being arranged. Like if we take an example of biotic and abiotic components, if one of them are missing, like if we take an example of the air and water in abiotic components, will the human survive without air and water? And will there be use of any air and water, whereas human beings are not there? So they both are linked with each other. This is known as ecosystem, that if one chain is also broken, the whole chain will be destroyed. Then, what is the difference between biotic and abiotic? The components which consist as a living beings and also survival on earth, they are known as the biotic components. The abiotic components are those components which are also useful for maintaining the food chain, also in the helpful for ecosystem, but are non-living. Then, name the two main components of an ecosystem. The two main components of an ecosystem are: first, biotic components; second, abiotic components. Name the organisms which help to decompose and play an important role in the surroundings of the ecosystem. So decomposers are one of the organisms which are there in the ecosystem, which helps to decompose everything else. They also help us to decompose all the factors, nutrients contained by a dead body or organisms in the soil for the fertility and for the growth of other plants, as the animals getting all the nutrition from soil only, and then it will be also decomposed in the soil. Then, what do we understand by a food chain? Food chain is a chain in which one of the predator and the survival which are being eaten or will be eat someone is being described. What is a food web? A food web is a web or network of different sites in which you cannot recognize that what producers and those are being eaten or being eaten will be there. So these are some question answers and exercise we discussed today. Thank you.